got my YouTube account back, also got my Facebook account back, and for anyone who's not already following Punters Politics, I suggest that you subscribe immediately, because YouTube's playing with the views he's receiving, and they're going to be playing with everyone's views because they're run by Google, and Google, well, we all know what the deal is with them. Mass international corporations that decide that they can control us all and spy on us all, and basically let's go back to Facebook for a second. Meta, well, that is definitely a government program, because you can't be so stupid to believe that it's a coincidence that LifeLog was disbanded. DARPA's program, DARPA, DARPA's program LifeLog was disbanded on the exact same day, if not the day before, that Facebook was incepted by Mark Zuckerberg. Now, Mark Zuckerberg, you're a liar, because your little Facebook thing was getting funded by all kinds of venture capitalists, dodgy, and you're already getting held up. Well, not you yourself, but Facebook and Meta are being called into court cases where they are having to basically pay reference to all of those that they have given their information to companies without permission. And you are a problem, sir. And so is anyone that is believing that all these surveillance programs are simply social media tools. That is a problem. But if we can use them to do the right thing and help people get off their social media addictions, help people get off their horrible drug addictions that they have and alcohol addictions, we can, especially if you pay attention to Conrad and Punters Politics work, you will soon understand that all we need are those royalties and all we need are those taxes, and then Australia first and the rest of the world is going to be one of the greatest places to live in the entire world. And then after Australia does it, everyone's going to take note. Although that being said, we have to, Australia, take note from a few other countries that have already done some things correctly. But once we are all doing these things correctly, we can bring our world back into balance, and wouldn't that be nice? So yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Sorry about that, but for varying reasons I have not had access to my accounts, and I am going to make sure that I keep access to my accounts now. So where do we go from here? Well, Punters Politics is having a nice little fundraising dinner, and I may not be able to get a ticket, but even if I can't go in, I can go and be waiting out there and talk to people. So what's the deal? I got nothing left to lose. I lost my job because I'm frustrated with people who think they can treat me however they want and do whatever they want, but when I do whatever I want and raise my voice, I lose my job. Now that's not cool, but it leaves me in a position where I have nothing left to lose. And what's the worst that can happen? I end up in jail? Well, it's good to be housed, good to have your rent paid for you, and good to get fed. And they're not going to be able to feed me anything but organic and vegan, because otherwise I'll starve myself to death, and that ain't going to look good. So yeah, get ready, because the show's about to begin, everyone. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of living in a world that is a lie. We don't live on a ball. It's not a globe, okay? And all this bullshit distraction is distracting us from the fact that we're creating our own reality. So yeah, what are we going to do? We're going to stand up for ourselves. We're going to stand up for our neighbors. We're going to stand up for our countries. And then we're going to stand up for the truth of our world, which is that this Brahman, the creator, is allowing us to all have this experience. We can create with our words. That's why it's called spelling. But we are always going to be at the, what's the word for it? Behest? I don't know. We're always going to be at the will of the creator. So if we aren't in alignment with the will of the creator, we ain't going to get what we want. So yeah. Thanks for having me, everyone. If you're watching this video, thank you very much. And thank you for sticking around to the end. Love you very much. Blessings. Namaste. And see you soon.